What's it like to drive a classic Ferrari in the modern world? Like every young boy who wanted to experience the thrill of driving a sports car fast, I wanted to be able to drive a Ferrari. And let me tell you this, it has been a dream come true. I arrived in Canada 17 years ago, and my first vehicle here was a 1998 Dodge Neon, following up with a 1994 Toyota Tercel. And never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that I would get the opportunity to own this lovely classic Ferrari 348, aside from our Tesla Model X and Model 3. And now we have hit 1,000 miles in our Ferrari. After our first 1,000 miles with our Ferrari 348, here's what the journey's been like. And it's been glorious. This is actually our second attempt in getting a Ferrari 348, the first attempt being the previous year. However, we were beat to it before we arranged our finances in order to pay for the car. Someone else bought it, so it did take a while before another one in similarly good condition popped up. And this one popped up on consignment at the Ferrari of Alberta dealership right here in Calgary, Alberta. The car has been meticulously maintained, no accidents, with a clean Carfax, and it has been lovingly cared for by the previous owner, and there was no expense spared on the service before they put it for sale. They did a full engine out service, which is required on this car every 5 years, so that's taken care of, and we're taken care of for the next 5 years, and we have already allotted for that after 5 years, and we picked up the car in November of 2024. So that was last year, and that was headed into the winter time. So we didn't get to drive it a lot. However, when the snow melted on Christmas Day, that was such a gift for us. So we were able to take it out on Christmas Day on our first drive, and we were able to get it to stretch, and it was amazing. At first it was a little unnerving because we have been driving Teslas for the past 9 years as our daily drivers, and we haven't driven anything like this. It's the oldest car that we have owned personally, and one of the oldest cars that I have driven because it's a 1991. It has no power steering, the clutch is heavy, it has a dog-leg manual transmission, meaning the first gear is left and down rather than left and up, so there is a little bit of learning curve to driving the car. However, once you get the hang of it, it drives amazingly, and it gives you a driving experience unlike any other car that's available that you can buy from a store today. But then again, the car sat in the garage as the snow continued in the winter time, but by the time spring came, we had the car fully PPF'd on the front and ceramic coated so that it's ready for the spring season. So it ended up nice and shiny. But then again, snow hit after we got the paint protection film and the ceramic coating done. So it had to sit until all the snow melted, all the salt got washed off the road, until we had a bunch of sunny days. And of course, our anticipation was building for the opportunity to drive this car. Aside from buying the car, the cool thing about being a Ferrari owner is that there's the Ferrari clubs around the world. So in this case, we are now part of the Ferrari Owners Club of America, Alberta chapter. So there's lots of cool group drives, some events, some invites that we get to go to, some experiences that the club itself and the dealership also, they cook things up for the owners to experience a variety of different things. Basically the lifestyle experience. So you're not buying just the car, you're buying the lifestyle as well. So they have invites to the F1 experience. There's invites to exclusive concerts that are held in private jet hangars, those cool things. But the thing that's exciting is the thing that involves the cars themselves. So the first group drive was the drive from Calgary to Banff. So we had the Calgary to Banff group drive, and we met up at the west edge of Calgary, and then we hit the back road through Cochrane into Canmore and into Banff, Alberta. And if you look it up, it's one of the most picturesque towns in the world. Think of Switzerland in Canada. So all great fun. We did a parade through the town. Lots of people's cameras were out filming us going through the town, and it was a great time for us drivers and for those who were looking, and for those who were on the side of the road watching us drive by. And being part of the club also, we get to meet the owners of the vehicles, and there's definitely an ability to network and to meet a lot of people through the club. that you wouldn't have met otherwise if not for the cars. The next trip we went to was Racing for a Cure, and that was in Edmonton, Alberta. Racing for a Cure is for the benefit of the Stollery Children's Hospital in Edmonton. The Stollery Children's Hospital, they are the go-to place in Western Canada, or actually in Canada as a whole, for a lot of rare illnesses that some children have, and they receive treatment in the hospitals. So it allows them to have the facilities to be able to train the best staff and doctors and so much more. There's more information about Racing for a Cure at the website, racingforacure.ca. But in terms of us drivers, there were 80 of us drivers of exotic cars, sports cars, everything in between, even big trucks. And we gave kids and their families rides in our cars. Although the weather didn't cooperate, it was rainy. There was supposed to be a helicopter ride as well as bouncy castles, climbing walls, and all that, like what they had in previous years. It was still great fun because everyone was able to get onto a car ride. It's pretty cool because our car was the second oldest car. There was a Ferrari 328 that participated as well. So ours is a 348. And there were lots of people who were very interested in our car. And even one of the traffic marshals specifically lined up to get a ride in our car because he always wanted to see how it feels like to be driven or ride in a vintage classic Ferrari. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. It was lots of fun for both the kids, the families, and also for us drivers. And it's for a great cause that benefits the Stollery kid. The drive to and from Edmonton, 300 kilometers each way. It's quite a bit more work than I'm used to, as our Tesla has autopilot and full self-driving even, and our Ferrari doesn't even have cruise control. Hey, 1991. It has no cruise control, no power steering, doesn't even have cup holders. So it's quite a different experience, but let me tell you, it has a really engaging drive. The steering is tight. It handles high speeds, highway speeds like a boss. So it's not a bore to drive. It's an absolute pleasure. So I didn't mind it. Plus, we didn't have to stop for supercharging. And what I was pleasantly surprised about was the fuel economy. It wasn't so bad. So each trip to Edmonton and back, each way, used slightly under half a tank of gas. So it wasn't bad at all in terms of fuel economy. It's probably better than a lot of SUVs, but of course it uses quite a bit more gas than your regular Toyota Camry or something. Hey, it's a 3.4 liter V8, so you can't expect it to be a miser in fuel. The next group drive would be from Calgary to Kananaskis. It's just south of Banff National Park. It's also in the Canadian Rockies. It will be a weekend trip, so we will spend 2 nights at the hotel there. And of course, I will record videos of that drive and share them here. The other event that wasn't an actual drive that we were invited to was the 12 Cilindri, or the 12 Cilindri unveiling event hosted by the local Ferrari dealer here in one of the private jet hangars in Calgary. So pretty neat experience, let me tell you that. So it was the first time I got to sit inside a private jet. They had lots of other Ferraris on display. So owning a Ferrari, even a classic one, it's not just about the car. It's about the community, the events, and also the lifestyle. So as a Tesla owner who has owned a Tesla for going nearly 9 years now, it's natural for me to make a comparison between our experience owning our Tesla Model S, X, and 3, or S3 and X, depending on how you want to order it. The Tesla, I can say, is an amazing daily drive. It's smooth, silent, it's high-tech, and it gets smarter every single year, and with all the software updates that it downloads. But the classic Ferrari is totally different. It's alive. It's engaging. Whoa! Isn't this awesome? We're driving in the middle of a bunch of other Ferraris. And it's a true driver's car. With the Teslas, you are being driven. If you really want to drive, there's nothing more engaging than driving a classic Ferrari, especially with the gated manual transmission. Tesla might drive itself, but the Ferrari makes me want to drive. So I'm about to wrap up this video. Let me tell you this. The first 1,000 miles have been an absolute blast in our classic Ferrari 348. And we are just getting started. I'll be sharing more about Tesla ownership and classic Ferrari ownership as we go along in future videos. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I'll be more than happy to respond to your comments. I read all of them. I may not respond to all of them, but I do read all of them, that's for sure. And I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to hit that like button for the algorithm. It helps channels like mine grow a lot, and I'd like to thank all of my subscribers who have subscribed to my channel for all these years. And if you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button for more cool Tesla and classic Ferrari content. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. And then i-cut mo yung video and then start again.